chasing your dreams comes at a cost. When we look at it from a fantasy point of view, we think, oh my God, chasing my dreams is going to be the most fun, most amazing, rewarding experience ever. And don't get me wrong, there's definitely times of it which is really exciting, when you engage with new people, when you build new relationships. But all the time, energy and determination you put in with, for example, for myself, 0 views, lower engagement on some days, some weeks, it can be so hard to push through when self-doubt comes in. Because self-doubt is going to creep in. Like, it's going to happen. You're going to have weeks where you're doing amazing, you've got a lot of engagement, but you're also going to have weeks where it's going to be super quiet and you're going to start questioning yourself and questioning, is it worth it? And when you have the silence of not knowing where it's going because you're not getting that external validation, that is, again, one of the hardest things and one of the biggest barriers that you could come up against. At least that's what it's been like for me since I've started. I have also found it very rewarding in the growth side of it. So I started off being just filming TikTok videos, and I was just dancing around, like having fun with quotes and everything. And I got to the point where I was like, I should actually start using my voice. Like, this is what I want to do. I want to start actually using my voice and speaking up. So that's exactly what I did. But when I tell you, filming my videos, oh my God, the sun is coming over my eyes. Okay, I can barely see, but we can still talk. I can still use my voice. But when I tell you, when it comes to filming those videos, I was so scared. I was so like, I can't do it. And the first few videos, I would just stutter. Like, there was videos where I'd just stutter. And at first I'd be embarrassed because I was stuttering. I was like, oh my God, that's really embarrassing. And then over time I was like, well, that's just me. Like, everyone's going to start off like that. So I started sharing things like that. I started just allowing my imperfections to show. Case in point, can you even say imperfection correctly then? But this is what I mean. So when it comes to chasing your dreams, you do just think it's that trajectory of you think of your dream and then you're going to end up there. But the in-between phase actually is so uncomfortable. And that's where I am right now. I've had a couple of opportunities. Like, I've filmed background works and things like that in TV shows, but I haven't got to the opportunity that I feel like could give me a bit more trajectory in what I want to do and give me more of a boost. But there's something in me that just keeps wanting to show up every day and keep wanting to put that energy and effort into it. And that's the difference between chasing your dreams and giving up. And let's be honest, we're humans. There's going to be days where we're going to want to give up. I've had days where I question myself. I've had days where self-doubt's kicked in and I've had to go to that one friend and go, I know I won't give up, but I want to give up because I'm not getting the views I want, or I'm not getting the growth I expected to get. And that's just the reality of it. You know, when you start growing things and chasing your dreams and going for opportunities, I don't know about you, but I expect to have within, because I've been doing it since December, within that time, I would at least expect to have a few thousand followers and lots of shares, and that's not happened. But this is the time where it's testing me. So if you're in this phase, follow along with me. This is the time where it's testing us to go, do you really want this dream? Do you really want this accomplishment? Keep going. Because all of the stuff I've learned from, like I said, where I was just scared to talk, to now talking openly in front of a camera and just letting go of those imperfections, it's amazing. I look at that growth and go, wow. And I also look back and think I wouldn't have been ready in that timeline to get all the things that I know I desire. But I also won't give up because those are the things that I desire and I'm going to make them happen. And no matter how long it takes, I'm going to make that happen. And I think as humans, we need to learn to be more patient because I don't know about you, I see a goal in mind. I'm like, I want that now. I want that to happen tomorrow. I want that to have happened yesterday. Like, why am I not accomplishing that? And like sometimes I'll get videos where I get like 5 likes when I've had videos where I get 20 likes. I'm like, that's really demotivating. And it's when people aren't listening and when people aren't watching and you still continue to post, that's when it shows you're really going for your dreams. And that's exactly where I'm at now. And as demotivating as a lower engagement is, the way we can flip that switch is like, say, okay, 4 people have liked my post, but if we had 4 people in front of me, that's better than nobody. And some days I will get nothing. I will get 0 engagement, but I refuse to give up. I refuse to let that define me. So if you're also in the stage of questioning if you should carry on, questioning if you should chase that dream, just keep investing in yourself, keep taking that time, keep trying out new things. Don't be scared to try new things because an audience that loves you and is loyal to you will stick around. They won't just disappear. Each different opportunity you're scared to do will make you grow, will make you feel better. You might try something out and go, it's not for me. Or you might try something out and go, do you know what? That's perfect. I'm going to keep doing that. And it's all about, doing what feels authentic to you. Like, I've had people reach out to me to say, oh, maybe this is a good opportunity for you, but I just knew it wasn't aligned for me. And maybe one day I'll write a book about things, but right now it's just not for me. But I'm grateful for the opportunities that come forward. But again, it's about not going for the opportunities if you know they're not aligned for who you are. And don't change your content and change who you are just because you see the trends online. And it's so easy to change your content to match what's trending at the moment online. But the thing is, you're going to have to keep up with those trends. If that's not who you are authentically, then you're just going to go back to who you were. And the people that followed you originally are going to follow you because of that trend. So it's also important to stay to the core of who you are. And don't change yourself, because your right audience will gravitate towards you and will come towards you. And I know it can feel fun having that sudden hit of validation, that sudden viral moment, but long term, growth is what's most important. Not just growth with numbers, growth with views, growth with followers, it's also growth within yourself. And I think the most amazing stuff I've learned since December till now, so we're in August, I think the most amazing, that's like 9 months, right? So in that time, I've learned not just to post videos about me moving around, like, reenacting people's stuff. It's to speak up for myself, to be authentic, to know what line of expertise I kind of want to go down. I'm still trying to figure it out, but, figuring it out, and just being able to actually speak authentically and not being as much of a perfectionist. And in 9 months, okay, the growth on the number side hasn't gone where I want it to go, but the growth internally has been incredible. And I know that this is just the foundation, and I know that I will be grateful for this in the long run. So again, if you're in the same position right now, you're not alone. This isn't the time for you to give up on your dreams or it's not right for you. You're just in the in-between phase, which is incredibly uncomfortable and incredibly irritating at times, and especially when it makes you question yourself and if you're going in the right direction. You just need a little bit of a reset. Sometimes when I have that, I just need a day to just go, can't think about this, I can't think about content, I can't think about the next direction, I just need to rest and relax, because the answers will come to you. And it's really hard as well when you see people online, you think to yourself, that's incredible, like, you're actually happy for them. There is a jealousy side, like, why am I not there? Like, or like a side of like, you don't feel as good, like, because you see them doing so well for themselves. You're like, why am I not at that point? But the thing is as well, they've probably taken that time to grow their brand and grow, their niche, and they've had their followers find them, and the right people will find us, like, they will. But the answer is not to give up, it's to keep going. It's to carry on letting any sort of barrier in your way to not let you stop from achieving your goals and your accomplishments. It's about having those moments of self-doubt and questioning yourself and choosing to push through. It's about having fear and doing it anyway. It's about, remaining consistent. Some weeks you're going to show up on top of the world. Some weeks you're going to show up and not feel your best self. But it's about remaining consistent to your capacity and taking a break if you need it. It's about those days of struggle where you're like, sometimes, actually, should I bother continuing this? Is this the right path for me? Like, I'm not getting the validation that I've set on myself. I know, for example, like, I expected to at least have some sort of like brand deal or something by now, some sort of like regular income, but that's not happened. And that's the difference, right? That shows that I generally want to do this because I'm doing this every single week and I'm showing up, not knowing where it's going to go, not getting any financial gain, and just keep going because I know that this is what I need to, this is part of my path, right? And things don't just show up straight away. And again, it's about knowing that actually things will align for you and come towards you. You got to keep going, about defining who you are. And the hardest thing as well is sometimes you'll have people that you thought would support you throughout your journey and they've not shown up for you. And I found that's one of the hardest parts for me, is losing people, losing relationships. Not necessarily due to your content, but because you're growing and becoming a better person, or you're changing as a person to become the best version of yourself, that's going to lose people around you. But it's important to remember that you can have love and respect for those people, but it's about getting yourself back up and keep going, keep pushing, and the right people are going to stay and more people are going to align. And you never know, they could align with you that are to do with your next period of growth, to do with your content career, to do with your next adventure. They could really help you, or they could be someone that could really relate to it. And you can make a beautiful connection. And they might be chasing their dreams as well. They might be pushing through all these moments, and you can be there next to each other, to help each other, like to guide each other. God, it's so hot in here. It's great having a conservatory, but it's bloody baking. But that's the thing, you know, it's about knowing that the times and situations in your life, like even the negative mindsets, even the days where you doubt yourself and question yourself, is going to keep going, if I should bother, it's not getting where I want it to be, having those days and continuing to show up anyway. Continue to try things out. Like, I'll try things out and I'm unsure and I'm like, should I do that? Should I try that out? Try that different, you know, version? Are people going to stay? Again, it's about knowing what is authentic to you. Like, I've done types of content before that would get a lot of followers, but I knew in my gut that long term that wasn't what's going to work out for me. It's about also not trying to be someone you're not, like not trying to perform and be someone you're not if it doesn't feel like you. Like, again, I've done things where, like, I did my Sunday Scaries, it got to the point where I was like, I'm performing now, this isn't me, this isn't authentic, and this isn't what I want to do, and it's draining me now, so I need to pull myself into content that's more aligned for me. I noticed that I was doing so many different areas as well with that, and so many different angles, that was actually causing my content to not be necessarily what I want it to be. I was putting so many energy in so many different directions rather than focusing on the core directions, because I was trying to prove to people that I was fun, that I was cool, you know. And also, like, it got to the point where I was like, this isn't who I am, and this is not what I want for my brand long term. So in this time where you're kind of not knowing what's going on and you're being slightly impatient, which is natural if you want it now, you're probably learning exactly who you are and the exact person you're becoming as well. And by trying out these new things, you'll know for yourself pretty quickly if it lines up to who you want to be, or if you just go, it's not for me, and then you just move along and try something anyway. Because the right audience isn't going to leave you because you're trying different things. The right audience is going to grow with you, and they're going to look at you 10 years from now and be like, I followed that person from the start and I'm really glad that I did, because they've been amazing and I've loved seeing their growth. And that's exactly it. Changing new things that you're doing is not a risk. It's not a bad thing. It's actually you growing and trying different things. And again, people who are there for you as a person are going to be there for along the ride. They're not going to see it as a bad thing. They're not going to be like, how dare they grow? And also, growth is a great thing. Like, becoming a better version of yourself is amazing and incredible. And I think we should all do it. We should all embrace getting stronger, becoming a better person. We should all embrace authenticity. So in this time when you're chasing your dreams and you're in the uncertain phase, like, hello, I am right now, when you some days want to throw in the towel and some days you're motivated, just have a bit of rest, but keep going. Don't give up. It's called chasing your dreams for a reason. You might have to run after it for a while. Better run after that than a man. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean it's not happening. It doesn't mean it's not lining up for you. It just means that everything is happening in the right time. It might be, like me, for example, that you've had these 9 months where, again, you thought you're going to be so much further along, and it's disappointing. It is. But you thought you'd be so much further along, but you've actually learnt so much about yourself. You've learnt to, like I said, speak in front of the camera, be less nervous, be more authentic, not give a fuck what people think as much. And obviously there's an element of me that does, because everybody does, but it's also going, do you know what, this is the type of content I'm going to post. It doesn't make sense to people, it doesn't make sense to people, but it makes sense to me. And over time you will find the right people for you. And I'm not going to lie, it's blinking hot in here, so I've got to wrap this up. But if you want to chase your dreams and there's something aligned for you, and even if you're doubting yourself, but you know you want to keep pursuing it, ignore the self-doubt and keep going. Talk to people, talk to your friends and people that support you. You have got this. And honestly, I hope you have a week and the rest of the day as amazing as you. And ciao for now, Bella.